it time for? It's time to do the preview for Bushwillow. All right, Bushwillow. Let's put everything into context. As I mentioned, this is how the Sunday League stands. We have Luki Janssen, who won on Thursday, so can he continue his good form of golf? 102 points leading. Jason Ivans in second, 101. Then there's a two-way tie for third on 100 points. Carl van der Linden and Graham de Villiers. Ryan Jensen won at Woodhill, 97 points, tied with Alan Lowe and Tian Schmillion. And then there's a backlog for eighth. Kobus Skuman 96. Niels de Toy won at Makofle, which was our last event before lockdown started. And Paul Ricketts once again featuring. He just can't get enough of old Paul Ricketts. Okay, boys, let's have a look. Okay, we're going to look at the scorecards and all our holes, but let's just quickly tell everybody how we're going about this on Sunday. We are going to set up Bushwillow's Duckhooks. Nobody else will be on Bushwillow when it comes 11:22, which is fantastic. So we'll set up our tee-off bays on the 1st and the 10th, and then we want to keep everybody away from Firethorn. So once you go get your cart, come to the Bushwillow course so that we kind of social distance the groups, if you know what I'm saying. You don't need to be there an hour before, so half an hour before your tee-off time, and don't be late, because the theme of Sunday is play fast. We have 96 players, which is unbelievable. The last tee-off is 10 past 1-ish, so we need to move. And we got match play games. So the theme, play fast, everybody. And don't be upset if people are going to shout at you if you're slow, because we have some slow players and we cannot afford it. And lastly, it's a grab and go on the day. You go in, you grab your stuff, you tee off. Awesome. Everybody happy?
Yeah, if I can, I played on the weekend. They actually just have a table by the tee boxes there where you just grab your Sami or whatever, yeah.
Even better, because like I said, we want to get this done. Okay.
So you literally don't even go off the course. So when you finish off 9 or finish off 18, there's a table there where you're going to get you halfway from.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Maz, also just hats off to Randpark for letting us tee off the 1st and the 10th, which they don't normally do in these COVID situations.
Yes, we'll keep that on the lowdown. Okay. Scorecard time. Boom. Here we go. It's a par 72, 5,477 meters total. It's not the longest course on our tour, but you need some skill to get around it. There are some long holes. Gentlemen, I think -4 could win this day easily.
Yeah, I think -4, -5. Bushwillow seems to play quite easy, especially for the guys that know the course. Yeah, I think most of the rounds we've had there was about 5 under as a winner. I think yourself as well won one of the events, man.
-6?
-6, you see.
Johannes Freiling was -5. He was the next guy to do it. Yeah, very good. So, not difficult. Do you want to give us a course breakdown there, Coach?
Yeah, I think, I wouldn't say it's not a difficult course. It's not a scary course. You know, it's quite short, and there's not immediate danger in your face in terms of out of bounds and big hazards and stuff like that. I know there's a couple of hazards here and there, but it's not an intimidating course. It's still a punishing course, so it's kind of it's a little bit lost in history. They kind of ran out of land a little bit, and 30 years ago, been a great championship course. Now it's a little bit too short, but it kind of works in its favor, especially in winter. The fairways are firm, because if you then try and take on the dog legs, then you start getting yourself in trouble. And the defense of the course is the fairways are very narrow, and they all kind of bend at around about 240, 250, somewhere there. And then it's got tiny greens, great greens, but tiny greens. So, the defense is you're going to hit in the trees, and then, you punch out and whatever, so you don't lose the ball. So maybe it doesn't feel like it's not a difficult course. But you can get on a quick run of bogeys or double bogeys there, keeping the same ball in your hand, not losing balls or anything, but you grab your scorecard and you go, oh my gosh, I'm 5 over, what the hell's going on here? So it's a subtle course, and it rewards good play. So if you have that day where you do start hitting it accurately, then all of a sudden you'll get rewarded and you will shoot 5 or 6 under your handicap. So yeah, that's the kind of course. So if you're thinking about it leading up to Sunday, think about what clubs you're going to hit off the tee. Think about your rhythm. Don't try and overpower the course. Just stay in rhythm and hit the fairways, and you'll find the course very easy and very pleasant. And the greens are brilliant, and they don't turn a hell of a lot, so you shouldn't have too much trouble holding the putts.
Awesome. And let me say, I want to say one thing. Drop your comments of what you think will be the winning score, and we'll read them out. It's going to be interesting. Okay, where are we going to now? What I want to show you is the field. Here we go. And then we're going to kind of go through it quickly, and then I want you all to pick your favorites. And also on the comment line, give us who you think your favorites are. Let's go through the first tee. Right, we're starting at 11:22. And plenty of 4 balls. In red are match plays. There's 12 match play games. Mark Boydrea, he's got to have a chance. I think he's always up there. Guys, anybody you fancy on this list?
If Fats finds his swing, I think he's always good at Randpark. So if Fats finds a rhythm and whatever, I think he's definitely a danger there.
Thanks, Ryan.
Hanu hitting his irons off tee boxes is going to reach almost every green. So he's definitely... Yeah, but it's easy to figure it out. He's playing with you, so you're going to tell him what's happening. But
I might give him some wrong lines off the tee box every now and then, but overall, I think I'll help him a bit.
But he's a solid player. So again, games there on the day. It doesn't matter that his handicap's low. I definitely think he's in with a shout. Those are the names that stand out on this list to me. Just the 2 of them, really, like as my gut thought on the course.
Anyone else on this list?
I think Nerudu. He's a
I was going to say
there as well, and he's been in good form. He was 2 under or 3 under at one stage at Houghton as well, and he always plays well at Randpark. It seems like he plays there 4 or 5 times a week.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Ned was a good shot. I was just going to say that as well. He's been working really hard on his game, and he's going to keep coming down in handicap. So for an 8, he's going to definitely be up there, I think.
Interesting one. The thing with the Naruto, he gets a flyer and then he kind of goes missing somewhere over a stretch of holes. So hopefully he doesn't do that. Ryan playing off a +1. That's going to be a tall order. I think Ryan Jensen off an 11. If he comes right, he could be in the top 5 again. Anyone else? Ruben,
I think
there?
Ryan sometimes gives up a bit of distance on courses, and so big courses like maybe Copperleaf or Royal sometimes maybe struggles a little bit, but he's so accurate. He's got that little baby fade. The course is quite short. He's a good putter. Ryan will be definitely a good shot around Bushwillow.
Donnie says -4. Ruben, anybody for you? Carl van der Linde, -4.
Yes, I think this course suits Graham de Villiers' game also. There's no long hits of the tee, but it's quite his type of course that he likes. So I think he's also a danger.
We'll see what's the kind of form he's in. I don't think he's played a lot of golf since lockdown's been lifted. So, it's going to be interesting, but he is accurate and solid as always.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Looking at all the predictions between -3, -4, -5, I think it'll be close to that. Very, very close to that. Okay, I want to...
Definitely fade this golf course as well, eh? A lot of holes been left to right there. Yeah. And not only that, if you draw up more, a lot of the times you got overhanging trees where you want to start, where your starting line is. Took me about 2 years to work that one out.
I could just add, it was the beginning of this year, or the end of last year, I was at Randpark, and it was Firethorn, not Bushwillow, but just to add to the Hanu point. It's the first time I saw him in a while after, playing with the Misfits and the Duckhook guys when he used to play that challenge shootout thing. And he just signed a ball 65. So I'm sure that'll be in his memory at Randpark as well.
Damn. Very good golf. Okay. Match plays.
I'm playing him on Saturday.
Yeah, good luck. You must let us know. Send us a game book so we can watch what's happening. That would be a great game to watch.
Take some videos. We'll take some videos. I've been practicing.
Yes. Before I show you the match play, 12, everybody please note that there's 2 games being scored. So in a 1-4-ball, you've got the main game, Stableford. Then you've got somebody else scoring the team game. And then you've got somebody doing a scorecard. So it's a bit more complicated, but it will be great to see 12 teams scoring, right?
Absolutely.
Can enjoy it. So here it is. Fats, you want to take us through the lineup?
Oh, let me just get closer to my screen here. So got, I really can't see the names.
Can't you? Okay, I'll go through it. Sultan of Swing.
I'm on my phone.
Taking on Putt Bar. Ruben and myself, One Direction. We are taking on African Hoopus. Then we got Balls Deep against the Mighty Ducks, Fricky and Donnie. National Hazards against the Black Panthers. Daredevils against G-Force. The Eagles return against Scales from the Vale. Worm Burners versus NG Sparkplugs. The Spaldings taking on wannabe JTs. Benoni Butties taking on the Eagle Hunters. L Squared taking on CK off the tee. Double Trouble, the Twins, taking on Ryan's team of Bush Hockey, with your partner Martinez Becker. Then Asian All-Stars Pranay and Annelies San taking on Team Dimperballs, Albert Liebenberg and Johan Potgieter. So that'll be interesting. Once again, you've got to score 2 games. And the match play goes down to 0 handicaps. Just remind everybody there.
Yes, I gain a shot.
Yeah, you might.
Yes, you do. And
Cool.
everybody in your formal goes out 1.
Whatever.
Okay, so we like to do a featured hole like we did for Harton, the 12th. We didn't have Bushwillow on our list of 18 golf courses, but this is the featured hole we chose. We chose the par 5 17th stroke 13. Why? Because I want to see if I need to add a column for eagles. Will there be an eagle? I promise you, if you make an eagle on this hole, we will give you a prize, because making an eagle means probably carrying 200 meters over water and getting it close. Anybody ever made an eagle on that hole? Drop us a comment as well. I
No,
doubt.
not me.
Very difficult. No
A
one
couple
else?
of birdies, close eagles, but no eagles, unfortunately.
So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Okay. I asked everybody to give us their featured hole. Let me just go to this shot. I wouldn't say featured. I would say hole that you like. This is me, and this is the hole I like. I like the 4th, which is that little, like up against, after the par 5, you can't, the big hitters, or most hitters can't take driver off the tee box. Otherwise, they go into the bunker at the back, and then you've got about an 8 or a 7 iron into the green. So another tactical shot that many need to play. So that's my hole. Fats, what was your hole?
The 2nd.
Yours was the 2nd. Take us through the 2nd.
Yeah, I think it's I like the short par 4s. Interesting short par 4s. This one is not drivable though, unless you just absolutely bomb it like Hano. You might have a chance with a fade. But really interesting hole with a massive slope from left to right all the way through the fairway to the green. I saw on the scorecard, I didn't know it's stroke 2. I didn't know it's that difficult. But yeah, if you tee it off there, keep as far left as possible, it will feed back right. If you go to the middle of the fairway and not hit it long enough, you're going to get into those bunkers, and then hitting that green with that slope is going to be really difficult.
Dylan, what hole did
And
you choose?
for no apparent reason that I've been able to work out, Fats, that green just turns twice as much as any green on the golf course.
It does, absolutely.
I mean, it's got a slope, but it's not a humongous slope. But then you putt it, and the ball just turns like it's turning off a bloody mountain.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. If you don't know the green, you will never ever make a putt there.
Yeah, just whatever you see, just add double your break, and you'll be okay.
Yeah. True that.
Dill, you went for the 16th, the stroke 1.
Oh, another stroke 1.
Yeah, look, little crackerjack hole. I mean, on the scorecard, on the thing there, it doesn't quite show, but it almost plays as a double dogleg in a way, because those trees on the right encroach a lot and they hang over the fairway. So if you take the longer club and you get a bit aggressive, you almost can't hit driver. I don't think you can actually hit a driver there, but if you try and take a longer sort of 2 iron or even a 4 or 3 wood, you can get away with it. But if you get a chicken out up the right hand side and you're blocked out by those overhanging trees, it's very raised green as well. So you just kind of add a little bit of yardage there for your green, and quite interesting. There's a bunk. I think it's front left, but it's almost 5 meters away from the green. The green's almost sits all by itself, perched on a little mound, and it's just such a pretty hole. It just kind of snakes through some beautiful vegetation and stuff like that. Look, it can punish you off the tee. You can quickly make a quick double there where you have to reload. Probably one of the few holes. It can punish you with a second shot. The green is kind of tricky, but it's just a nice, pretty hole more than anything else.
Okay, I'm going to go to Ruben because he hasn't said something in a while. What was your hole, Rubes?
Yeah, so I picked the 5th hole.
Yep.
I believe it is a short hole, but I've seen so many doubles on that hole. I don't know why, but the just on the right catches so many people. Because it happened to me a few times. I don't know why, but the water on the right all the balls just goes right on the hole.
Magnets.
So magnets. So I've seen so many people having a great rounds of car, and then they try to go for a green there, and then it's a double.
And that overhanging big
that's-
tree on the left is also an issue.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think off the tee box, that's just people trying to go too long off the tee box because it's actually such a short hole.
Correct.
I mean, you can hit a 6-iron off the box and you're going to have less than a wedge in.
Yes.
Once again,
Yeah,
showing
I
you
think
that
that's-
it's tactical course.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Or
your
like
hole.
Shaper in the SA Open. Drive the green or the fringe and just drain the eagle putt.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Ryan, take us through your selection. You went for the 13th, the par 3.
Yeah, I went for the 13th par 3 specifically because of the time we're going to be playing. It's a deceivingly easy looking hole. Sort of a longish par 3. But at the time that we're going to be going around there, or more so the guys that are turning onto the back 9, the trees behind put shadows all over the green. And you kind of lose sight of what the green's doing. So if you don't know the hole or don't know the green, you don't really know where you want to land it. And then that bunker on the front right is hellishly deep. If you miss that into that bunker, it's never an easy shot. It's kind of a hole where you need to just take enough club, go center green, and walk off with a 2-putt. If you're putting okay, because the greens are quite slick. That's just a word of advice for everyone. But yeah, I just think it's a cool par 3. There's no water on the left. And it's it's just cool. Tricky when the shadows come over the green, and obviously
I
also.
do agree with you there, Ryan. It's a great hole.
Yeah, it's very, very subtle hole, and the green again is raised, but that green is flipping the narrowest green I think I've ever played. It's like you're saying center of the green. Center of the green is about 3 paces from the edge of the green. I mean, you never aim anywhere else other than center of that green. The thing's tiny.
Yeah, and if you miss that green either side, you've got a horrible, horrible chip shot to
it kind of slopes off on both sides. Yeah,
not friendly at all.
You can make a 5 very easily there if you miss the green.
Well, you can 5 chip there. You can just chip back and forth.
True.
Just remember Paul Mickelson's rule: if it's moving and you're scared to go back down, just go tap it quickly.
Yes. Okay, closest to the pins and longest drives. This is what we have selected for everybody. We're going with par 3 8th. Tough hole. Depending where the pin is, if it's on the left behind the bunkers, it's very difficult to get to and stop. So that will be the closest to the pin, sponsored by Titleist. And then the longest drive, I decided to use the 9th because we want to see who or if anybody can get close to that green. So we'll see. It will be fascinating to walk up to the green and see where that pin is. And then the World Sports Betting 500 voucher will be the par 3, your hole, Ryan, the par 3 13th. So that is what we have to look forward to. All right, one more interesting, because I know we're taking up your time and we're over 30 minutes already. I thought let's make some featured groups that people can bet on. So once again, on the comment line, you can put down who you think is going to win out of these groups. So for this one specifically, I structured it quite straightforward. Group 1, low handicappers. So who do you think is going to win out of this group? Donnie Geldernes, Hanno Oosthuizen, Jason Ivins, Dylan de Beer, or Ryan Esmond? Can I have, who's not in this group? Ruben, give me your choice for Group A.
I'm going to go with
Dylan.
I've seen him play. Yes.
That's going to be interesting. Okay.
Yes, can I go with Jason on that one?
I think Jason might take all these guys on. The way he's got some good form going.
Off a 3 handicap with his little baby fade. Look, it's going to be tough to beat. I'll try and make you proud there, Rubes.
Yes.
And probably the best putter in the game.
I'll try to prove you wrong, Rubes.
Group B, we've got Ruben, Fats, Richard Stewart, Cornel Erasmus, and Rudy Mattia. They're all kind of around the same handicap. I'm going to go for Cornel Erasmus in this group. That'll be my choice. I think he's still on form. Any other ones you want to throw out there?
Ruben.
I'm going to go straight back at Rubes, my boy.
Ruben needs to get off the tee, boys.
I'm going to play 4 iron, don't worry. It's going to be a 4 iron all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a little 2 iron in his bag before he tees off, and then he's going to dominate.
Then we got Group C.
I'm going to say Richard Stewart.
Richard Stewart, okay. Richard is watching. So, Rich, you've got 1 vote for Ryan. Richie can also, he can have a good game if he gets on it, and is always consistently scoring. Group C, Paul Ricketts, myself, Lukey Janssen, Ryan Jensen, and Fricky Barnard. Shall we go for the reigning person in form, Mr. Lukey, or is there any other choices on this hole?
Well, I'm definitely going to say I don't want Ryan to win it because I'm playing against him in the match play.
Okay.
So I'll probably, I'd stick with Lukey on the form.
Okay.
I've got
Ricketts, the way he played today.
Yeah. I got friends and students in that group, so I'm going to go for Paul Ricketts. With all the chipping work that he's been doing, and he said his chipping was so good on the front nine, you're going to chip a lot, especially as a 20 handicap. You're going to chip a lot around Bushwillow, and if his chipping's hot, he's going to be hard to beat.
There's no ice on the greens though in the afternoon, eh?
No, thank goodness. Right, Group D, let's just wrap this up. Robert Michael, Carl van der Linde, Dorian Farid, Dean Sherman, and Kobus Skuman. I'm not even going to, I don't know. This could be a close race at the end.
Sherman. I'm going Sherman.
Sherman getting that group.
This is more of a mixture of a group. This is more of a mixture. So it was interesting to see who could do what.
Go Big D here.
Big D.
I was going to say Shermanator or Dorian, but I think I'm going to go Shermanator.
Big D's been scoring consistently. Okay, there's a lot of guys who made comments here, so I'm going to quickly rattle them off. We're almost done. All right, here Basil. Jason Ivans. I think I'm going with you there. Richard's also on Jason Ivans. Well done, Richard. Carl van der Linde, Ryan, Group A. Ryan.
Thanks, Paul.
You can do it. Paul Ricketts, Ryan.
Thanks, Paul. Sorry about the chirp about the icy greens.
Group B, Ruben Swart. You've got somebody on your side. Your fellow Shark supporter is backing you. Your teammate.
Yeah.
You can win it because we've got a match play, Ruben, and we need to win that game. Then we've got 6 points. Yay. Ruben, or Paul Ricketts, Ruben also, if he gets off the tee, yes. Carl van der Linde says Richard in Group B. Peter Prinsley says Paul Ricketts in Group C. Tian. Fats, you've got a vote. Fats, I'm not going to go with you because I think you 1 or 2 games away from being awesome.
Yeah, the handicap is still too low. I'm off a 6 on Sunday at Bushwillow. So, I got to go like level to have any sort of chance.
Thank you, Paul, for choosing me. Could happen. I hope so. Would like to defend it.
Maz, you've been in good form as well, eh? -3 today.
Very much a form player. So if I click, then hopefully. But if I don't, then there you go. Top 10 is always my aim. Top 10, always my aim. Okay, everybody, let's give ourselves a round of applause. And then we are going to go and love you and leave you. Watch for updates. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the evening.
Cheers, boys.